Pens and spoons. Why am I calling this that? Well, I'm calling it that because the other day I looked through a bunch of debris in my little house and found that I had a box of commemorative spoons that I paid real money for. And I thought, well, these are kind of neat, looking at them again. So I'll share them with you, and you, and you, and you. First, though, I have to fix these pens. And I thought, well, I'll do that while I'm getting an audience. And I will try to find a scissors. Here's my scissors. Someone's in the room. GoRo is in the room. Hello, GoRo. I'm going to be fixing these 3 pens for a fellow pen collector and calligrapher of mine. Hopefully I'll be able to fix them without damage. 3 should be doable easily. This is the weird one. I don't know, he used tape. I don't know what he did to this thing, but it's not a pretty sight. There we go. He says this one leaks, and I hope it's leaking because he just had a leaky sack. But some of these can get very messy if there's a crack somehow in the section. Well, the pen meetup was a flop because we were supposed to have a big storm, and the big storm, so the guy that runs the meeting canceled the meeting, and I went anyway just because I thought that maybe some people might not have read their email, and there were people that I had invited by my email. They weren't part of the official thing, so I sent everyone that I thought I had invited an email saying that it was canceled. But I still went there, and there were a guy that I invited who did show up. He's a calligrapher, and he showed up, and he and I chatted a lot. There was a pen collector, 2 pen collectors that were from the pen group that got the email but didn't bother to read the email because on weekends they aren't on email duty, I guess, or something. I don't know why they chose not to read their emails, but some people just say, it's the weekend, I'm not going to do emails. And one guy showed up very late. Had we actually had the meeting, he might have missed it completely. No, that's not true. He would have been late. But he came from halfway across the state, so I'm glad that I was there at least. And he'd never been to a pen meeting before. He'd been to the pen show. But this needs a pressure bar. God damn it. No. Shoot. But anyway, he has about 30 pens. We were meant to only bring highlights of our collection, rather than every pen we want to sell. I didn't want to turn it into a flea market. So people brought pens in their collection, and the bartendress at this place loves pens too. She was working that day, but always carries her pens around with her, and her pens were all modern Lamis, and a Kaweco Sport was in there too. So she was fun, but she was a bartender, so she had to get more beers for people. So these pens I need to put sacks in. I also had another friend there who is an architect. He's an urban sketcher with me, and I met him at Urban Sketching, and he went to Urban Sketching and then came to the bar to give me something to store for him. He and his boyfriend are moving back out to the West Coast. They were here for his schooling, and he has to come back for a week to finish schooling. So he asked if he could keep supplies here that he needs, and I said sure. So he showed up. So the four of us, actually one woman was there and she had left. So the four of us actually. There was the calligrapher, the architect, and the one pen person, and the bartender. So I guess that's five. Chatted a little bit about pens. We had a great time and drank some beer and made it worth our while, I think. So let me see if I can find some sacks and a pressure bar. Sacks are easy to do. I can find those easier than I can find this pressure bar. Make sure there's no sack in here. No sack. Oh, he also wants leads. I have to give him leads. Leads for these pens. Pencils and pencil combos. Let me see. Turn myself around here. One sack. Did that just fall on the floor? Damn it. It did. It fell on the floor. Okay. Does this sack fit in here? Yes, it does. Goes back that far because that's where the pencil is. Good. Thing sold. Okay, which one is it? It's this one. Right? Yes. Would you like to join me live so I don't have to read what you're saying? Okay, just a second. I'll let that dry. Right. Copy. Paste. One down. Let's try number 2. look at this. What's this doing in here? No wonder it was leaking all this debris. So hopefully this will fit. I think it will. Two down, let that dry. I normally just shove them in, but sometimes they slide off. So I'm just keeping tracks on them so I know they don't slide off. Two down. Guess this is working. These sacks are quite short because of the pencil mechanism that are behind them. Three down. And now the pressure bar. Sure, there's nothing in here. Hey, Cesar, how are you? I'll be right with you guys. Let's try to find the other part I need. I hope this will fit. Sometimes they work really well and then they get all the way to the end and then they don't work. Oh, here's Go Row. Okay, Go Row. Add to stage. Oh, here's Go Row. Okay, Go Row. Okay,
how's it going?
You have to turn off your YouTube now so we don't get an echo. Now I think it is. So Cesar is visiting with us as well.
Nice.
You know Cesar?
Yeah, he was streaming. He actually was over in Boston one of the times you and I streamed.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
It was a little Penn triumvirate, I guess.
Okay, Penn, and that also, what's his name was here? Todd.
Yeah, Todd was there too.
So a quadrumvirate.
A quartet,
whatever.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. It was nice. Hey, Cesar, how's it going?
So Cesar is feeling lazy. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Cesar, but
what's that even doing? Oh, I can show you my 55 I got.
Oh, okay. I would like to see that 55. Meanwhile, I'll put all of these pens back together, and I'll talk a little bit about my spoons. And spoons and pens share something in common, which we can talk about.
I'm curious, what do spoons and pens have in common here?
People collect them. It's not a profound thing, but people. These are those commemorative spoons, that they were every tourist shop in any big city around the world has little spoons you can buy, and they might be good for Coke or perhaps for sugar.
Are they small enough for a Coke spoon to be a Coke spoon?
Some are quite small, perfect for a Coke spoon. And I will show you what they look like in a second. So these are all done for Ted. Yay, finished that.
Nice.
Anyway, one of my neighbors was moving out, and in addition to some books from him and a bunch of metal objects from him, he and I would visit the magic dumpster quite often, and the magic dumpster was next door to our building, and they
you found good paper in there, right?
Yeah, they held stuff for labs around the area until they could, after the statute of limitations went out, and they could finally throw them away. Anyway, he had a bunch of stuff I got from him, and he also had just buried his mother or something, and he had his mother's stuff, which included a bunch of these. And I discovered these. I saw these yesterday looking for something else. I said, well, what's in this box? It's all of these little commemorative spoons. And some of them have little coats of arms of the country or whatever it is.
Oh.
This is Aloha.
That would also probably be a Coke spoon.
From Aloha from Maui. So there's a little pineapple.
Oh, that's cute.
Here's a little spinning windmill from Holland. But some of these were really beautifully created.
That's quite ingenious.
And anyway, I thought, well, I'll pay $10 for this box, or 20, or whatever it was I thought. Here's one with a little, from Japan, with a little temple arch there. So anyway, they were fun. Some, though, like this one. This says the tiniest little spoon. Probably still too big for Coke, but then there's a little
definitely
coffee bean sculpted on the back of it. So anyway, as usual, when you collect things,
they got lost.
You decide, I can look at where they all come from, but I also can see the secondary thing that's interesting, what the stem looks like. Is it twisted? Is it straight? Is it enameled? And then you got this noisome object, a little bird in the bowl, and another bird or flower or something. I can't quite see. Bird at the top. So anyway, it was just part of something that my niece and nephew are going to have to deal with when I die. They're just gonna find a big dumpster and toss it all out, I have a feeling.
Is that a writing desk?
Which?
The one that has the spoons in it. Is that like a writing slope?
I think what this is, this was a comber. So you would flip this up, you'd bring it to the table, you'd do this. It could be a cigarette box, it could have cigarettes in it.
Oh yeah.
Or you could sweep all of the crumbs from your your
Oh,
dinner into this. I think it's Asian, but I don't know.
yeah, some sort of burl wood with an inlay. Quite pretty.
But I do have a lot of those desks you're talking about. But for me to show them to you, I'd have to move about 25,000 things to get to them.
I almost I came very close to buying one, but for a man of my size, they're quite small. Uh,
Uh huh.
so
Well,
I've
yes,
refrained for now.
they writing writing desks. I don't know if you were actually meant to use them on your lap. They were called lap desks, but I think that you were meant to. They would be very clumsy if you were in a carriage or a train, even to hold it steady enough for the on your lap to keep the ink from spilling out all over the place. I think they were meant to be put on a table once you got to your destination. Um, okay, so are you back now? Are we adding you again? Add to stage. Oh, there you are. Well, I can see you're a man of that size.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Beautiful. Okay, we're back in business. Sorry, I was just getting a phone call.
I see.
Yeah. So sorry. What are you saying? Oh yeah, I'm a pretty big guy. So like you were saying that they're not like actually they were never actually used as lap desks.
I don't think they would function very well on your lap.
No.
I do see variations of lap desks that are sold today that are meant to hold your iPad or your laptop computer,
Yeah, I have one of those.
and they're quite fine for if you're sitting on the couch. But
Yeah.
again, a lap desk back in the olden days, your lap was either at home where you had your own desk,
Yeah.
or it would be carried with you on your trip to the continent or wherever you were going, and all of your writing materials would be in it, and it would be brought to your hotel room and you'd set it up there. You would never really ever bring it to a park
Or like a field. Yeah.
to compose letters having it on your lap. They're more tabletop, but they're
Yeah.
slanted to be like a desk. So you could use it on a regular table that you would have in the writing room of the hotel, or your own room that would have a small table, I would think. Correct?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
We'll ask our experts. It'll
I think
be
so. We should.
Todd Merrill will be the one that might know more about this than anyone else here. Cesar, you might know about it as well, but I think it's more historical than you might know, but you might know about it too.
It's interesting. The one thing that I eventually want, I really want those old, like the 1800s campaign desks, like the Burma campaign desks.
Okay.
So basically, it's just.
I have one I'll give you.
Oh, wonderful!
But you have to get here.
So I might.
And I have a key. I have the key for it as well.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm actually my cousin. She's officially bought her first house in Boston.
Okay.
So I'll be meandering my way up to visit her, see the house.
Well, now that I know that it might actually happen, I may have to change my opinion about it. I'll draw you a picture of it. It's it is a campaign desk, so it does have two. I think it has two handles on each side of it. And where's a pen that actually has ink? Where's ink that actually works? I'm asking way too many questions. But what it is, when it's closed, it's maybe 2 feet tall, maybe 10 inches deep, and maybe 3 feet wide. And then there's a little key hole right there, and you unlock it with the key, and this flops down for your writing surface. It doesn't have any legs.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. This is one of the campaign desks from like around World War II onwards.
Well, no, this is more from 1850.
Oh wait, it's one of the 1850 ones. Oh geez.
Well, it's older than World War I or II. Anyway, then back here, it's divided into two compartments. There's the shelf. I don't know if the shelf goes all the way to the front. I think it probably does. And then up here, there are cubby holes. And then down here, I think there's one area that's bigger where you would put maybe your dispatch box or your pay box or whatever would be here. And then all of the, pay things or whatever you needed. I think this is not so much for the campaign guy with the maps and shit. I think this is more the
back end logistics.
The accountant with the pay things and all of the requisitions of who's going to be put in front of the firing squad for desertion. All of that kind of stuff is done here, this desk. So, but what's nice about this, it has its key. It actually has its original key.
How'd you stumble across this, or was this something you got from like it's like a family thing, family heirloom, I guess?
What, this thing?
Yeah.
Well, it came from a couple that were selling their Victorian house in Somerville. They were moving to my building, so they had 3 stories plus a basement plus an attic full of shit.
Oh my.
And I ended up getting 2 lamps, a Victorian terrarium.
Oh, nice.
This desk, about 4 different chairs, this beautiful mirror that's behind me, which I could show you, but anyway, and other things from them. They were getting rid of all sorts of stuff, and they were moving here and just decided that Victorian fit their house, but it didn't fit their new house, so get rid of it. And they just gave it to me. Beautiful Victorian, or maybe Edwardian, or I'm sorry, what's the one before Victorian? Empire style.
Yeah, it would be the Empire.
Dresser,
or the
dresser, plus an Empire style sewing table.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So all sorts of stuff. I think this is too big for a grand tour. This is for Cesar. This is more for I think this is more a military desk, or I mean, this could have been used by the pay master at a mine in England. You could drag this out from the
that's true.
strong box and go up to the mining operation and give the pay to the workers. And it's not at all pretty. It's not decorative in the tiniest bit. It's very functional looking.
Yeah.
I also have, among my weird things, I have a beautiful, it's about 50% smaller than this, and it's a toolbox. And
I've seen
these traveling toolboxes, but this one actually was for traveling. It has about 1,000 little rivets holding it all together. It's all covered with little metal edges along all of the sides, and lots of little tiny rivets. And it also, I think, has a key in it, and it has little drawers that you pull out that would have your fine tools, and it has, anyway, that's a cool thing. I wonder where the hell that is. I think it's underneath this. Um, I do have a steamer trunk behind me.
Uh-huh.
Let me illustrate it for you. Here is the top is maybe 8 inches by 8 inches, but square. And it's 6 feet long.
Six
And
feet
it,
long. Oh wow.
and it has 2,000 rivets holding it together. And I think this was for fishing poles. So if you had lots of money
Uh-huh.
and people to carry this thing around with you, you would load your 3 fishing poles into this thing and put it on the Aquitania and send it off to America. I don't think I owned it, and I think we ended up selling it, which is too bad. It was a beautiful square steamer trunk that was about 2 feet by 2 feet by 2 feet. And it had a slightly bowed top for some reason. I think when they had a bowed top, it meant that you couldn't easily pile another piece of trunk on top of it. So it meant that this was going to be on the top of the heap in the hold of the
Oh, that's interesting.
Britannia or something. But anyway, you open it up, and I forget how. I think the opening was maybe 10 inches. No, it was more at the top. Actually, come to think of it, you open it up, and inside, looking down into it, and on the bottom and on the top and on the 6 sides were padded hemispheres. And I thought, well, this must have been used to hold a globe or a scientific instrument that was spherical. You know, it would hold Sputnik if it was a little smaller.
Oh, interesting.
But each of these tabs, each of these padded things had a little clip that you could pull out and then lift out the pad. And what this was for was to hold six women's hats. That's it. 6 women's hats. And
A huge case just for the hats.
You'd put the hat in and stick your hat pin through the cushion, and then start at the bottom, then go at the sides and do the top, and then you'd have it put on your.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just my.
That's setup, Echo.
I'm trying to figure out how to get back to chat here. Comments. There we go. Anyway, it was just really, really cool, and I bought that at an auction somewhere, and we kept it at our house. I didn't do anything with it, and we ended up selling it, I think, when we sold the house and all of its contents. But it was really, really cool. So back when you had people, I mean, you had to be in the upper middle class or better to have 6 hats.
Yeah.
And a trunk and a place to go. It's not like the one hat you have if you were the man that was digging the coal. This was a different time of year. So let's see year 55. We're done talking about spoons and about steamer trunks.
All right. So this is the 55, which just squirted ink at me, which is wonderful.
Okay, you like that? Okay. Was it a premature ejaculation or just a regular ejaculation?
I think this one was a premature one.
I don't. This video is not made for children. So we can say that. Okay.
Focus, my dear.
Okay, put the nib as close as you can to the graph paper. Closer. Try try to focus. Try to hit the phone so it focuses on the lines, or whatever you have to do. I know it's hard to do that with two hands. You're holding the paper and the pen. With your nose, hit the focus on your camera.
Wait. Let's see. Let me see if I can use another camera. Back.
I think if you just move it, there we go. Well, I can see the paper. I can't really see it. So why don't you draw a picture of the nib? Why don't you tell me what I'm supposed
So
to
the nib.
use your words to describe the nib.
So the nib's quite a fine. I'd say a pretty fine needle point. It's definitely ranges between a fine to at most a triple broad. I'd say it has quite a great return. So I'll show you, for example. It goes from here to here quite easily back and forth.
Okay.
It requires a lot of pressure to get to that triple broad. You know, I'm really putting my weight down.
Make sure you're not pushing too far. So make a little oval, make a capital C using that where you have the hairline to the triple broad, and then hold it up to the camera so we can all ooh and ah.
Okay.
Because that should stay in focus, I would think. Wow. Okay, now.
I'm writing absolutely huge right now. But
It starts out really broad in my book, but try to write. Try to make it right.
Hairline.
Even finer than that. Yeah,
Oh.
that hairline was
not a hairline.
was not a hairline. No, that was Jackie Gleason speaking to the back row of his theater. Now the loud part is Jackie Gleason speaking so loud that you hear him in the back row of the theater across the street. But I guess the front row of the theater across the street, because presumably the front row and you know what I mean. So how fine can it get?
I mean, I'm using my Iroshizuku, which I know everyone is going to kill me for. But yeah, this is probably about the finest I can get with this ink.
I don't even know what I'm supposed to be looking at. The little tiny writing or the
yes, the tiny writing.
Okay, well that still seems pretty thick to me.
Yeah, I mean, so like it's like maybe I guess not
I would
like
think
a fine in terms of like a Japanese fine, I guess, but a broad like a Parker fine, you know. Does that make sense?
It does, but you know how when I use the word fine, I'm thinking of what is now probably called extra needlepoint fine. You know,
Yeah,
it's just I have a very different meaning when I say fine. So, Todd, are you willing to join us, or Cesar? Do you want to chat with us?
Yeah, add someone into the
have a party, or Kathiki.
I think it's Karthike. Yeah.
And okay. I need to get some breakfast in me. I realized I didn't have breakfast yet, so this won't be. No, well, we don't want Cesar. You shouldn't shave while you're watching this because you're going to cut yourself.
You know, I've actually done that too. I've watched this while shaving too. Surprise, Pierre.
Well, you can shave and watch, but you can't shave and participate very well.
No, that would be a bit hard.
Because you're either not going to be looking at what you're doing in the mirror, or you're going to be broadcasting slicing your neck on.
Yeah.
It's BK Pierre. Okay, BK. I'm trying to figure out who BK is, but my brain can't remember. Oh, okay.
Oh, Todd can join.
Todd can join. Okay, so Todd, I'm having you join. If I can figure out how to do that, copy, paste. So we'll turn into thirds now. So see where how reduced your field of vision is when he joins us. And I had I don't know if the word is epiphany last night, but I was halfway dreaming, or maybe I dreamt this, but I thought I like doing drawings of things that are in chaos, just random, the backyards of townhouses in a city where you see the dumpsters and the spare tires and the whatever you might see. Oh, damn, this is my battery is going slow, so this is going to be very quick. Let's see, maybe. Anyway, but I just thought it would be fun to do drawings of my house and just the chaos of my house, and try to make beautiful art out of something that isn't very beautiful, or something that's very chaotic. So that's my project, and I've already made lots of drawings of that kind of stuff, but now I might actually take time to produce a drawing that is that, for frames that I do have already, and then frame them. And someone will say, why is he bothering to frame a picture of his sink full of dirty dishes? Well, that's the question.
Do you have compositions already in mind that you're going to sketch out, or is this more that going to be more of things that capture your
like this? This is a nightmare, right?
Oh wait, give me one sec.
Any of this is a nightmare.
Oh Jesus! Yeah.
So all of this is fodder for my.
You're basically the king of chaos, aren't you?
I am, yes.
I love it.
I guess the battery is getting better, so I guess hopefully it won't die. I don't see Todd yet. Is he? Because if he shows up, then I can let you guys take over the conversation. I can throw some food down my gullet.
Yeah, that's also true.
But here's Todd. So Todd, add to stage. There we go. So you two talk.
Oh, yay!
You two
Hey,
talk.
Todd.
And what I'm going to do, I'm going to stay
So
here.
Oh, we have more than that.
Backwards.
I can stay here, but I just have to put something in my mouth here. So I'll be back.
That's fine. It's hi people.
Hey,
I think this is actually backwards, which is I don't get it.
If you go to the setting in like the browser,
And I've been here. I've done this. Yeah.
So
But anyway, what? I'm saying that doesn't make sense because I mean I've got a new phone. It's which is part of the problem. But I'm like, it doesn't make sense. That it's just it should be there. It should be that. But anyway.
So if you go, there should be like 3 white dots.
Yeah, I'm going to the settings. I'm just trying to figure out why. I don't know why it's. Oh, why is it mirror? Oh, there's a stupid mirror set. It's stupid.
Yeah.
That is annoying. So that should be done. It's better.
Wonderful.
I don't know why it would even be there. That's bizarre. That is bizarre. Anyway, I just wanted to show. This will be redundant if I show it to here when he comes back. It's too bad that he went away because I wanted to show it to everybody. But I just got this incredible, amazing, beautiful pen, and of course, I'm looking at a postage stamp at the moment, so it's impossible for me to tell really what anything looks like. But
So it's a silver filigree eyedropper by the looks of it.
Yeah, and it's a maybe Todd Bard,
Oh,
maybe Todd and Bard from like probably I want to say that was right. From about it's a swan from like I want to say maybe 1903, 1904.
oh, it's quite pretty.
And it's just unbelievable. And the nib on this thing is absolutely outrageous. I mean, it's
Is that what
goofy. It's
the calligraphy in the back is? Is that from this?
yeah, exactly.
Wow, that's a wet noodle.
It's crazy. It's actually a flexible stub.
A flexible stub. Those are fun.
I mean, it's really a hoot. I mean, it's fat. It's got tons of tipping. It's extremely flexible. And it's just a really great pen overall. And it's got the over-under feed.
Too.
See what?
It's a sturdy build too with the silver overlay.
It's a tank. I mean, it's so overbuilt. It's stupid. But it's just a really fun pen. Yeah, I'm so happy to have it.
Did you find it out in the wild?
Oh, I wish. No, actually, it came from Portugal.
Oh,
Actually, it's not a Portuguese pen. It's a New York made pen. But there's a great collector in Portugal who had it, and a friend who sells and restores pens went over there and got it, and I ended up getting it from him. So I was so happy to have it. But it's great. It's put me in a good mood, which is great. It's been a difficult time in some ways lately, so it's been very nice to have this kind of make up for it. So anyway, but that was something I wanted to share with folks. But yeah, it's amazing. It's really incredibly flexible too. It's just to be honest with you, any flex at all, flexible stubs are a hoot because it's like a turbo. You've got this, right? I mean, it can do so much. So you've got some, just out of the box without flexing it, it's, giving you really nice line variation, to begin with. And then you apply the pressure, you get even more. You're like, oh my God. So yeah, it's like a turbo. It's like, it's just always going really nicely and it's good and wet and everything. And then, you apply some gas and it's like, forget it,
It just runs.
Yeah, you go, 0 to 120 in 4 seconds up a hill.
Oh, geez. Okay, so that means that's that's beyond rubber. That's like a brush.
But it's kind of sort of I mean, it's really amazing. You don't really it's really very soft.
Okay.
And broad. Yeah, it's just so much fun. And the imprint is crazy, right? I don't know if you can. Again, what I'm seeing here is
right now.
So what?
I can't make out the imprint right now on the screen. But
what I see is an absolutely tiny postage stamp of an image.
Okay.
And something that's within that. Anyway, it's a very elaborate swan, and it says trademark on the bottom there.
Oh, so that's from Maybe Todd themselves. It's not even like an addition by one of the previous owners.
Oh no! It's an early Maybe Todd. It's Maybe Todd started out as if I'm not mistaken, Maybe Todd and Co. In company like in 1836 or something, and then they became Maybe Todd and Bard after Edward Todd had left, and Bard joined the scene, and I don't even know when that happened. It was sometime in the 19th century, and then they had that name up until 1907.
Okay.
When they got rid of the Bard part. So most of the pens that people see and talk about when they talk about Maybe Todds are they're post Maybe Todd and Bard. They're like 1908 and later usually.
Hundreds.
Yeah, if you say Maybe Todd, people are thinking of pens from like like that period, from 1908 to after to when they
Okay, let's see this swan. This Maybe Todd.
Can you see the thing?
Yeah.
I hope this is in focus or something.
It's focused enough, but get it closer and center it in the picture. Can you see?
Well, I'm trying to start with the imprint.
Cap. Okay.
Yeah.
So white,
it's just
white ink and the. Or
well, yeah,
wax.
It's an elaborate swan with trademark underneath.
Okay.
It was really cool. And there's the crazy. This is the one with the 18 million lines of text. The Swan pen from the maybe Todd and Bard company, and then blah 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 blah. The 80 million imprints of the patent dates and stuff.
Okay. So it has two spots. Well, it has another spot on the other side for you to engrave to
Right.
mother from your loving son. or whatever.
Exactly. Right. And then it's the
Cool.
yeah, it's really fun. But it's just got a great nib too. I did all this stuff in the back here with it, but it's just super incredibly fat stub,
Mm-hmm.
and it's flexible,
It's flexible. Okay.
which is just dreamy. It's got the over and under feed, of course.
The,
This is,
the,
it was, say what?
the guy, the guy that the calligrapher that I met at Open Studios, he showed up at the pen meeting, even though I did say it had been canceled. But he really more or less just wanted to talk to me anyway. But I said I wanted to show him a bunch of stub nibbed pens,
Right.
fountain pens, because he uses the Pilot parallel pens
Mm-hmm.
to do Old English, black letter, that kind of stuff.
Right.
And
Right.
so I gave him the fountain pens that have the ability to be a stub nib plus flexible. So he was able to play with those and really enjoyed it. I also showed him different ways of doing the black hand lettering. And he, for example, he was, do I have a stub nib anywhere near me? Probably not. He was making, pardon, I'll just use, he was making an eye using you can make an eye like this. Can you see that?
Okay.
If this is filled in with ink. So you can,
Right.
it's actually one stroke, two strokes. But he was making it like this, an eye, and then he would add another stroke like this, and like this, so 3 strokes, 4 strokes.
Right.
So
okay.
he was adding the serif on the bottom where it's stuck out on this side as well as this side. So, and he wanted to go in the business of being a calligrapher. And I said, well, here's what you can do. You can do this, but have more than one style and figure out variations that you can maybe do one style faster than another. And I showed him what I do when I have to do calligraphy that I'm going to use Ted's magnificent pen here. This is the one I sold him that I regret selling every day, but I'm afraid
But that also scares you to death to use.
it
right?
scares me to death. But
Yeah.
you know,
Completely. Absolutely.
Mr. and Mrs. for my capital M, I might just have one shaded stroke.
Right.
And I might only have shaded strokes on the little letters that are big descenders, the G, the K, the L, and the rest of them are fine. But when I have to do one where I have to go, every downstroke is thick.
Yeah.
That takes twice as long. So I charge more money for that. And, you know, I think it looks, when I see something that looks like that, that's also very neat and tidy, I think I'm invited to a wedding that's going to be in a Catholic church. The mass will be 2 hours long, and then you will go to the VFW where there's a cash bar. That's what that looks like.
Right.
When you get my usual kind of envelope, it looks like you're going to have a lot of fun. The bar will be open until 2 in the morning, and the drinks are free. That's
There you go. Exactly. Right.
and the service is 10 minutes long.
Terrific.
And they have very handsome nude waiters and waitresses passing out the free food.
Of course, the free food. Ooh,
that's
yum.
What is Caligula?
That's what I want my calligraphy to make you think when you get it. But so anyway, he
Free
you know,
delicious food and hot waitrons. Right.
yeah, the doing black letter or even chancery script, you're essentially printing. Printing takes longer than script.
Right. Right.
Just how it works. And you can slow down script if you want to, and you can make your capital letters really, really fancy. So there's 25 more curls with them. But I just told him that he should think about how much time it takes him to do an envelope. And do you really want to get into this business if you are charging $3 an envelope and you do 4 of them in an hour?
Right. Right. Exactly.
You
Right.
might as well work at McDonald's where you'll get fed at least.
Right. Right. Exactly.
So, but anyway, but he also likes it. He does this for fun, and if you're doing something for fun, it shouldn't make any difference how much money you're getting paid. But anyway, it was interesting seeing him. I showed him also. I typed in German fonts because they are generally or Old English fonts. They generally are less fancy than than what you would see elsewhere, because the more crap you put on a letter, the less readable it's going to be, So,
Oh, something I was going to mention when you guys were talking about the idea of what is a fine nib. I was just going to mention the perspective that Pierre was coming from is, just when you look at the range of what nibs had been up until maybe the 40s at least, from every manufacturer, like all of them. When you kind of look at the sum of it all, that's a fine was what would maybe now be a Japanese fine or something like that. Right. But I mean, it's just, that the context in which you say fine, what Pierre is saying is that we're talking about like 1940s or so, or certainly well before what we consider to be modern fountain pens, maybe sometime in the 60s or something like that. But, the golden age of fountain pens and dip nibs is, a fine was really fine. It was really thin. It was a hairline. Yeah.
When I see, Rob Morrison, for example, on eBay, talk about how wide his lines are, and he uses a micrometer to measure the thin to the thick. That's
right.
Okay, but not everyone has a micrometer like that. And what I do, I make a line that's an inch wide, and then I just make as many hatch lines, and I draw very quickly. And this, I normally, when I'm writing, I don't make a line that's this thin, but one could, if one is careful. One could make a line that's as thin as I'm making right now. But I add, and I look with my loop. I look to see that I'm actually having white space between the lines, and then I count how many lines I made. And my finest pen can make 125 lines in an inch. So
it's amazing.
It's 1/200th of an inch wide, that line is roughly. So if the line you made, which you thought was fine, I would think line space, line space, line space. And if you're able to sort of draw fast and have the spaces between the lines be equal to the line width, it's easy for you to then compute how many lines you get in an inch and how wide that line would be. But that's an easy way of judging how many lines you can get in a fine line. And this this pen here, this Schaefer Feather Touch or whatever the hell it is, can make a pretty gosh darn thin line. So
I can't wait to see this when it's big.
when it's
Yeah, because
Well-
it's small. Everything is tiny right now. It's teeny weeny. By
this,
the way, I wanted to
this
say
doesn't,
what?
this doesn't get very big.
No. I mean, what the display here that I see like a tiny portion of this. It's very small. But also another thing I wanted to show you, if this looks like anything, even if it doesn't. This is a really cool one of these, curious wall variants with the black
Oh,
stripes on the
black
top,
Yep. Yeah.
which is already cool.
It's lapis, is it?
Or yeah, it's green. It's a jade, and it's in good shape. It's got some darkening over here, but it's in
What I'm-
really nice shape. But what really makes this, and it's a cool pen to begin with, is the Falcon nib.
Damn. Yep.
I
So
mean, that is
the Falcon nib gave you what? More ink, right? Ready at the bow where it's needed.
that's a guess of mine. Partly because it's so dark. Look how huge it is. It's very long,
Yeah.
and it's got that cutout. Yeah.
I'm trying to think the added side of it is nowhere
Right.
near the nib. I mean, nowhere near the point or even the slit. But what that does
Right.
give you is more ink ready. It's like an extra ink at right where you need it, I would think. I don't think metallurgically it does anything to the pen to add that there.
If anything, I think what it might do is there's this whole discussion about, and I'm glad you have brought it up many times, the cross section of a nib, of a Victorian dip nib versus a fountain pen nib.
It's flatter, yeah.
Yeah, so the fountain pen, yeah, it's an almost perfect arc, which is fairly. If you're trying to take that part of a tube and start bending it, it's going to be really, really tough. You've got to do some fancy footwork, starting before the shoulders and getting into the shoulders and going out and thinning it out and farting around with it to get it to be as springy and flexible as a Victorian dip nib. And some of those early ones actually pulled it off pretty darn well. But even then, those are still uncommon, and I have a feeling, I could be wrong, but when I look at the shape of the way that's cut out, it just seems to me like that wants to give it a little bit more flexibility as well.
Yeah,
I could be
again, I hear what you're saying. I understand all of the words you're using, but I don't. My brain doesn't understand how that could work.
just because it has less metal up here than it does down here. It's like they shaved the metal here, so there's less of an arc here.
I see.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, or maybe
Like
I don't know. I think. What does David Nishimura say?
we have to ask him. This is literally real-time supposition,
I see.
but it's something that I'd wondered myself. It was always touted as a. I mean, at least my understanding is that they were always in the context of a flexible nib, but maybe they're not. I mean, which would be strange. This does flex. I haven't dipped it yet.
Yeah, the flex. To me, I think when you have a nib that flexes, especially one that flexes a lot, the second most important thing you need is an ink supply that keeps up with the flex.
Definitely.
So that's why overfeeds, that's why extra spoon feeds, or just lots of ink that's right there is really handy. And I'm just thinking that the Falcon would offer that. Now, let's pretend you had a nib that didn't have that cutout that you're talking about. It
Right.
might be less flexible. I mean, does this also allow you to maybe have the nib stick out further?
Good question.
If it,
I mean, it does appear to be fairly long. Now, I haven't really gone inside this and tried to figure out if this feed is any longer, but you know what? It has that characteristic scoop that goes down to.
well,
You'll
here's
see
our,
that
here's our,
That
here's
this is
our,
set properly. It's not like it's
here's
sticking
our-
out
here-
far.
Here's our supposition. Here's our nib point. Here's the slope down, and then it goes back. This is what a standard nib looks like, right? Side view
Right.
with the feed here underneath. Now, a falcon nib looks like this, comes up and then it gets wider again, like that, right? Before going back.
Yeah. If you're looking at the side, the profile.
side view. Yeah, the side view.
Yeah. Right.
So what is this doing for us? The flex part is, here's the breather hole. I mean, it's not doing anything for the breather hole, I don't think.
No.
But if there's a way that maybe if this whole thing could be pushed forward because there's still a big wide, rather than it ending like this, there's more space. Maybe the whole pen could be put forward from the section, and maybe the feed would be forward, and maybe that makes it better. I don't know.
Or what I was going to say is that it does appear to be quite long. If you look at the length of the feed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite long.
Yeah.
That's longer than usual, significantly, noticeably. But what's interesting too is you can tell that it's not as if it's been not set in fully, because if you look at the, because
Well, if you shove it in, you can't shove it in more fully because of the falcon bulge. You'll crack the.
Well, on top of it all, right? On top of it all,
Yeah.
right? And I'm simply saying that on top of it all, it's not that it's been pulled out and is not set in far enough, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's confirmed not only by, of course, the cutout of the falcon nib, but certainly by the feed itself. The feed is special too, because at the end of the feed, it curves like this. If you're looking at it sideways, it curves like this, and then goes flush with the end of the section. So, and you can see that there. So it's just obviously it's of a design. It's not just the nib. So that that adds credence to what you're saying. It's also it has long tines. It doesn't appear to be like super flexible. I think it's kind of like an artist nib in that way, where it's quite flexible, but only to a point.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't keep going crazy. That was interesting about the artist nib too, because everybody talks about how incredibly soft it is and how flexible it is, because it is, but it doesn't get very wide.
Yes. I'm sorry for being distracted here. Another thing I have to do for Ted is to find leads that will fit in his pencils here. These are too thin.
Darn it.
Who made thick leads?
Oh, there's so many different lead thicknesses. Scott Jones has a bunch of pencils, and he's had to get custom leads, or not custom, but it's just hard ones to find.
Uh-huh.
So he's a good one to reach out to.
I thought the size that I had here worked perfectly fine, but I guess it doesn't.
Gosh darn it.
Sanguine leads.
Oh yeah. Do they eagerly tell you their views on things and emote?
Yes. They're easily flusterable.
Right. They're actually red. It's unbelievable.
Oh.
Look, two happy pens. They're so happy together. Adorable.
I don't mean to ignore Goro. Goro.
I'm listening, guys. I'm having
Goro, who has promptly gone to sleep. Yes.
No, I'm listening. I enjoy this type of banter.
Kimberly drawing pens. Now, what are one has 1/2 dozen Kimberly drawing pens. Oh, look at that. Now that's even fatter.
Goodness gracious.
That's not going to work.
Oh dear. See, you've already got a fairly impressive haul of
Micromatic high density graphite drawing leads.
Pierre, I feel like you have art supplies that like no one else is going to have at this point.
Yes, I'm sure I have. The artist that drew the Lascaux caves could get some more berries here if you want.
Oh look, it's Bob who painted the Lascaux caves, right? And his name was Bob. You know.
Bob, yeah. Thin leads.
I wonder if any lead companies did anything as silly as ink companies or fountain pen companies did when they referred to ink as writing fluid, for instance.
Mm-hmm. Drawing graphite.
Oh, you
These,
speaking of
like
writing,
these are really fat.
funny.
That they don't work. The fat
Right.
ones don't work, and the thin
It's just-
ones don't work.
No, I'm sorry. I always thought it was very funny that like even in like the 40s or and probably even earlier, companies would call their ink writing fluid to make it sound
Well,
like
they
it was
do.
something
Yeah,
fancier.
Fancy. Yeah. Leads drawing extra strong. Scripto
Ooh.
drawing leads. See if these work.
Was that script a writing fluid script?
Yeah,
Goro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Script
It's great. Perfect.
I actually ended up coming across the bottle at an auction, so I was. It actually has a bit of dried ink in it with rehydrated, but I'm a bit too afraid to use it. So it's kind of just a paperweight at this point.
Gotcha.
God damn it. Well,
Did you luck out?
these are all going to be two thick leads. Let's see what this is.
Do you need thick-ish leads or just not super thick ones, or do you need thinner leads or what?
Well, I need leads that don't fall out of the pencil when you
True.
write with it. Why isn't this even retracting?
I guess I was just wondering if you needed something that was unusual.
Well, I
Hard to find.
think I did, but well, this stays in place, so this might work.
Because knowing you probably have a bevy of things that are hard to find anyway. You know, just because they're odd, interesting.
I think
They're
these-
oddments.
I think these will work, and otherwise I could sell him the thick ones, and he can go find a lathe somewhere and just have fun. But
Whee!
shaving just a little bit. Look at these. God damn it.
Oh,
Wall Company 75 yellow leads.
perfect.
I guess in architecture, like a design firm would have used those.
Yeah. Look at how dumb this is. Here's a box of pen nibs. I know, let's make a square box so we can have it say Spencerian or Spencetus pen or La Hennessy Extran and Company or just
That's crazy.
just make it New York. There we go.
That's funny. That is
Iveson
very amusing.
and Finney Company. Just in case anyone needs.
Costs.
Oh, and here's some Color Bright colored leads. This is orange.
There you go.
Waterproof, fade resistant, permanent.
See, you've got
For dr-
plenty of oddments there.
I certainly do.
I just want to sift through it.
You just want to green lead. You just want to be naked and dive right in, don't you, Todd?
Yeah, I do. I'm all over it.
We'll just go right to the gutter.
Right. And believe me, you would love this pen. This is a lot of fun. It's very paintbrushy.
Which one is that? I'm sorry. The
Yeah,
Swan?
the Swan. It's really fun.
I'm sure I would. And when they redo the pen meeting is now scheduled for the 21st of February.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was the next one anyway, right?
That was the next one. And
Yeah.
David Watts Jr. decided to just announce that it was going to be there. And I, without asking me, or more importantly, without asking
them.
the people that are hosting.
Who would be hosting the event? Correct. Oops.
So I said, let me find out. I would like to have it at Brick Bottom again because it's certainly convenient for me, but I also hate how pen meetings can look like a flea market. And if I were to walk into a hotel and see a bunch of people in the lobby selling pens and with cardboard boxes full of mildewed pen ads, stuff like that, I wouldn't be happy.
Well, does that really happen? I mean, that doesn't quite happen, but I know what you mean.
It can. I mean, when we had it at the Burlington Hotel, Burlington Marriott, we were in the, and you can see it right from the door when you enter. We were in the restaurant bar. I think where the cafe bar, not the full restaurant, but the restaurant where you could have breakfast or lunch, without a reservation. You just walk in and sit down. So that's where we were, taking up 4 big banquet tables with our boxes of crap. And and the thing is, each of those banquets could hold a family of 4 buying an expensive breakfast or lunch.
Sure.
Instead of a bunch of pen people that
that have glasses of water and are spilling them everywhere.
Don't spend a nickel
right
on something unless it was guaranteed to be worth $1.
Ooh, yeah.
We're not that cheap. I mean, some of us are really cheap, and we wouldn't think of buying food at a restaurant. But anyway,
thinking of what's his name? Oh God, with the nothing but ink and stuff in his cabinets.
Frank Dubiel.
Yes, exactly. I was just thinking of the poster child of that right there.
Well, the poster child for thriftiness is Nathan Tardif. He's even
worse. Yeah. Well, that's true.
He
right with the expired food.
Yeah, look at this lovely pen.
What is that?
Isn't that cute?
A bullet.
It looks like a bullet when it's shut.
I actually
wild.
I came across a ballpoint version of this out here, actually, in Florida. And I almost got it, but then I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with a bullet ballpoint pen.
Get stopped at the airport?
Yeah.
There you go.
I get stopped at the airport. So.
The nib says Elco, but I don't think it's an Aiken Lambert, though it could have been. I do have one of these that's a lever fill. It has a little tiny lever right there.
Oh,
and I have another one that's shaped like a bullet that's all hard rubber. So
interesting.
These are pens that I was going to bring to the pen meeting, and I ended up not having the pen meeting. So,
darn it.
There's a woman at the bartenders there. There were 2 bartenders. One of them is a pen collector, pen user, and the other one is a flautist. So I showed her one of my demonstrators, and I said, to me, it looks like it's a piccolo.
How cute.
All of the little. She smiled.
How fun.
She smiled. That kind of smile, like he thinks it's funny, so I should probably smile. Kind of smiles.
The smile that makes it look like she has gas.
That's the kind
that
of
one.
Smile, like Oh, okay, fair. Whatever you say. Oh, nice.
Okay, yeah,
But-
sure.
But because I'm a customer at that place 3 times a week, she can't just.
Right, and she's slowly nodding in agreement, like, okay, yeah, I got you.
No, she was. I think it was a sincere smile, but
That's good, good.
I mean, I think
You
she
recognize-
saw the connection between a piccolo and the pen that I had. She and I think that even she, without prompting, would say, "Oh, that looks kind of like a piccolo." But anyway, I now have to get ready to actually go do something. So, what do you have here, Todd? You're going to show me.
Ooh.
I just happen to have this next door to the other pens. You remember this, right?
Oh, well, I probably should. A gold fill pansy paddle, or is that the Oriental? I
Ding,
can't.
ding,
tell.
ding, ding. Yeah, it's the Oriental. I'm trying to.
No, it's hard to see. It's the size of a postage stamp, and my eyes
Exactly.
don't work on this thing. So
Yeah, we see the teeny weeny versions of ourselves. They were so small.
we're
But
so
anyway,
Pretty. Very pretty.
but it's a really cool pen. Super rare. They're really hard to find. So I got very lucky finding it. But it's one of those, like, oh my God, I've got an Oriental.
Look at Todd just saw a coat he wants me to get. Men's long overcoat, genuine cowhide. It's genuine, Mr.
Genuine.
Genuine for $299.
Is it spelled GINUWINE?
Genuine.
Genuine. Exactly.
Anyway.
Trying to make a pattern here. Anyway.
Okay.
Have fun.
Everyone be good. I need to go. You need to go. We'll see you all later.
See you later, Pierre.
Bye.
See you.
Bye.
Great.
Bye.
Great to see everyone. Take care.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.